Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer and today I have a story for you. As the title of the video suggests, I'm gonna tell you the story of the dumbest, craziest thing I did when I worked at the Ayn Rand Institute. It's actually not such a bad thing, but to me at the time it was really bad and embarrassing, and sometimes when I think about it I'm like, oh, that could have gone a lot worse. So I'm gonna tell you this story. It involves Tijuana and photos and the Ayn Rand Institute. But like I said, it's not like that crazy. If you're new here, you might not know that I worked at the Ayn Rand Institute for 5 years a while back, and I made a whole video about it. And I'm just gonna plug it here somewhere in the notifications in case you haven't seen that. But yeah, there's the whole story, how I ended up finding out about the Ayn Rand Institute, how I ended up working there, doing an internship, blah, 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 blah. And then eventually I quit. So I tell the whole story there. But this video is gonna be about something completely different. This is a story of the worst thing I did when I worked at ARI. So as some of you might know, when I worked at the Ayn Rand Institute, I was a social media manager. I was in charge of all the social media accounts, Twitter, Snapchat, even though we didn't really use it, Instagram, Facebook, even LinkedIn. Yeah, so I was the one posting everything that went up there. And I don't know if you know this, but basically any social media account that you manage for a brand is connected to your personal account in one way or another. So with Instagram, it's the same thing. Like, let's say if I wanted to go post something on the ARI page, I have to log in to my account and then toggle a button to go to the ARI page, right? So flashbacks. So I think this happened around 2018. I went on a vacation to Tijuana and I did so many drugs. Just kidding, no. But I did go to Tijuana, and drugs are related to this story. Basically, there was a very cool mural in Tijuana, and the mural said something crazy that like kind of resonated with my sense of humor. It basically said something that I always say as a joke. It said something about drugs, right? And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to take a photo in front of this thing. So I did, I took the photo. Yes, you know where this is going, right? Flash forward to I'm back in the office and it's a normal day at work, and I don't know about you, but I do personal stuff during work hours. I mean, everybody does it, right? So I was like working, but at the same time I was like, oh, I'm gonna post one of those cool photos I took when I went to Tijuana, right? And I'm like, yeah, great, let's do it. And I used to double check that I was posting on the right account all the time, right? I'll be like, am I in the right account? Okay, what am I gonna post? So that I would never post the wrong thing in the wrong account by mistake, right? So this day, I thought I did that. I thought I took the reasonable safety steps, and I was like, okay, cool, let me post this photo to my Instagram page. And I was all excited. I uploaded it. I wrote a funny caption and the hashtags, and I hit publish. And it went up, and I'm like looking at it for a second, like I was looking at it for a second, and I was like, that's cool. On my grid, I was looking at it on my grid. Then I was like, let me see how it looks on the feed. So I go to the feed. So this all is taking like 5 seconds. I go to the feed to look at it. I'm like, looks good. But then I realize I posted it to the account, the Ayn Rand Institute Instagram account. Or, well, it's actually not called Ayn Rand Institute, it's called Ayn Rand Org. That's their account. And it has a bunch of followers. So, you know, there's like, it's a serious organization. You can be posting stupid things, and especially not personal stuff that say weird things about drugs on the photo. And I see the freaking photo on the Ayn Rand Org account, and like I had a mini heart attack, and like I deleted immediately, right? And I freaked out because I was like, oh my God, if somebody saw it, they're gonna like screenshot it. They're gonna be like, what the fuck, what is this? But I'm pretty sure it was only up there for like 5 seconds tops. And so I deleted it. And I freaked out and I closed Instagram completely. And like I threw my phone away and I was like, what did I do? What did I do? I'm gonna get punished. I'm the worst. So I was freaking out, and I was, imagining people taking screenshots and then sending them to someone above me at ARI and being like, who posted this? And in the photo, not only could you see the thing about the drugs, but you could see me. Like it was clearly me standing in front of the mural. So before we proceed, let me show you what the photo was. This was the photo. I took this photo because I haven't done it in a while, but I used to joke all the time about how much I love drugs and let's do drugs and drugs are great, even though I don't really do drugs. Well, except for the occasional edible like twice a year, but I don't do drugs. I don't smoke pot on a regular basis. I've never done cocaine, never done never done any type of drug, but I love joking about drugs, right? So that's why I took that photo and I was like, yeah, great. And I wanted to share it with the world, but then it backfired because I posted it to the wrong account. And so yeah, I was freaking out. And honestly, I imagine like that somebody definitely saw it. But after a while, after a few hours, I was like, okay, I'm gonna log in and check if there are any comments on the other photos saying like, hey, who posted this or anything. And I logged in like super scared, like I was like, I'd rather engage in evasion and never know if anybody noticed. But like it's my job to manage that freaking page, so I had to look and see if anything bad happened. And I log in and I look and there's nothing, no comments, So I was just wondering like, did anybody see it? Was it there long enough to show up on the feed of like one person, two people, like, and I was wondering like, okay, maybe they saw the photo, but they didn't notice it was published on the ARI account, right? Or maybe they just were scrolling past it, didn't even acknowledge it. But anyway, I told you it wasn't like such a crazy thing, but it could have been. Like imagine if I hadn't checked, if I just posted it, I'm gonna come back and check later, like if you got any likes or anything, I wouldn't have noticed. Imagine all the comments like, who is this? Who loves all the drugs? Who posted this on the ARI account? And then the screenshots, people sharing it, then realizing that it's me on the photo, and then my superiors at ARI like, hey Jennifer, can you take this down? Why did you post this? Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. So cringe, and it haunted me for a while. And I was like, after that, I would triple check whenever I had to post something, which makes it your work worse because you spent a lot of time doing something that should be very simple. So if I had to post that photo, I would be like, is this the right account? Like checking like 100 times. And then, after posting, like making sure, and then I would be like, oh, everything's cool. And I would put my phone away, but then I'll be like, but what if my eyes are betraying me? What if my senses are betraying me? What if I saw that it wasn't the right account, but it wasn't? And I would like check again like 5 times. Yes, so that was the worst thing I ever did at the Ayn Rand Institute. Like I said, it's not such a big deal, but back in the day, I was shook. I was shook to my core. And that's what I get for posting about loving drugs on social media, even though I don't really do drugs. And now the story's out there. ARI didn't know back in the day, but now they know. But I don't think they care because, it was only up there for 5 seconds at the most. But there you have it. That was my crazy story. If I remember any other crazy stories of my time at ARI, I'll be sure to come here and share them with you. I mean, there are some stories, but some of them are more like tea, like gossip, not things I did personally. So it's not like, I don't think they warrant a video. But if I think of anything that I can share, I'll come back and share it. But anyways, that was the video. I figure I should share something lighthearted because I've been sharing a lot of long, serious videos, but I'm all about that fun stuff like drugs or saying you do drugs even though you don't really do drugs. I just want to be cool, okay? Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.